we were talking about the women's speed title. What do you think if do you think the European title should come back and should it be a women's mid card title? Because it and the reason why I would love to see that is because it's like that title it wasn't necessarily treated like anything special, but it was different, and I feel like for what it was, it worked. But and I know they got NXT Europe coming up. They keep saying about so I don't know what you think about that, like bringing the European title back and making that a women's mid card title.
No, I mean, the European title with the white strap is a pretty good looking design.
Yeah.
When I think about it in my head, I think it could work in concept, but I think what they shouldn't do, which they're probably gonna do, no more tournaments, bro. It's too many tournaments going on. We got a
Mm.
tag team championship tournament. We got a United States champion. Let's do something completely different. Like I said before, let's do a championship scramble. Pick the six best mid
Yeah.
card, five best mid card women. Whoever got the title, the most wins or the title, whatever, at the end of the match is a new European champion, and then make that shit like how make you gotta defend it every month,
Yeah.
at least once or twice a month, bro. Because it's not going to be on premium live event. If the tag team women's tag team championship haven't been on a PLE since I don't know when.
Hmm.
To be honest, I literally don't remember
I
when it started.
literally think since Jaden Bianca lost it, and that was like three PLEs ago. So yeah.
Bro. So it's like make it a championship scramble match. Pick the five best. Let's go Natalia. Just off the humble. Let's go Natalia. Let's go Zelina Vega. Let's go Mia Yim. If you just want to have some notoriety, so you can have people at least be interested in the match, you could throw a Jade Cargill in that because
Hmm.
let's be honest, they're not about to challenge for. That's another thing I have an issue with. They lost the belts and they're not going to get another rematch.
Mm.
They're going to have a 3-on-3 at
Mm.
bat. Most likely they're going to do 3-on-3 at Bash at Berlin. That is insane,
Mm.
bro. So you're basically telling me they're never getting the tag team championships back because what I think is going to happen as well is that the Unholy Union is going to beat them at Bash at Berlin,
Mm.
and then that's going to be where we're going to see who's going to turn because one of them got to turn.
Right.
At that point, that you can't keep having them lose, and there's no justification of why they're losing. Which a lot of people, I guess, on the video don't like that. You
Yeah.
can't have them at the top all the time. That's not. It's not about being at the top.
Hmm.
It's about okay, so what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Rhea Ripley don't get this type of disrespect. The fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like Rhea Ripley would never be put in this position right now.
Hmm.
She was put in a position where she had the blonde hair with Vince McMahon, but
Yeah.
this lady's not doing that shit. So hey, Bianca Belair is your project as well. So
Yeah.
how about let's keep both of them on an even playing field, and let's just figure out what we can do. So I don't know, man. The European Championship scramble would be lovely, and you know what? If not a young up and comer or not a Zelina Vega, let's give a Naomi a shot, bro. Because
Mm.
I mean, show us that you're not punishing her for returning, basically, bro.
Hmm.
Really, you threw her in a WrestleMania match, cool. She lost her championship match. Tiffany Stratton shouldn't have even been in that match. First of all, it should have just been a one-on-one.
Hmm.
Like everything doesn't have to have a heel baby face. It doesn't have to be that
Yeah.
straightforward. It could have just been Bailey versus Naomi. Naomi loses. All right, cool. Now Tiffany Stratton, come get some. It's your turn. But
Yeah.
so maybe she should be the champion. Give her some relevancy. Make it prestigious. You know what I'm saying?
Right. All right. So what's the next question? Yeah. Okay. So what do you think about Brock Lesnar? Who, if he ever returns, Triple H keeps saying whenever Brock's ready, he's welcome. Reports are saying something else. If Brock does return, who do you think should be his first opponent? I'm thinking we can have him and Gunther, him and Braun Breaker. But the thing is with Brock, I look at because I was recently watching like highlights of some of his best matches, and I realized some of his best matches were against short guys like AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, Finn Balor. So my thing is like I wouldn't mind, him coming back and like I don't know, doing something with like this might be a little controversial. Some say he may not be ready for it, but I think this can benefit him. I would love to see Brock versus Carmelo Hayes.
Mm.
And I feel like that can benefit and take Carmelo Hayes serious. Because I'm sorry, like Carmelo Hayes is just corny. I'm sorry, like he's just corny. I don't know what is WWE's obsessions with like grabbing like minorities and like being like, you know what? Get some shades, get a gold chain, just be fresh, just be fresh. It's like, yo, it's like look at Jimmy. Jimmy is the most corniest character on SmackDown. You think that's gonna work for this up and coming dude and like who thinks he's better than everybody? And it's like, listen, I'm not saying make him an underdog or anything, but it's like I'm getting a little sick and tired of every minority. It's like, oh, you a minority? Let's make you like this hood dude that you fresh as hell though. And then when you do, but even though you're not from the hood, you're gonna be like, the stereotypic Tyler Perry characters. And I'm like, bro, just stop. Like, what you think,
Bro,
man?
man, you must watch my video, man. Bro, literally made a video this same topic, bro.
hmm
I was trying to title it "Black Wrestlers Must Be Stopped."
mm,
To block that shit, ain't let me title that shit for whatever reason. I said okay, so
damn.
we gonna up a little bit. So I changed it up. That shit, I dropped that shit like Tuesday, Wednesday. That shit got like 16K views right now.
Oh, I
Going
gotta watch
crazy.
that shit.
And I was telling people in the video like, yo,
hmm
almost every black wrestler right now,
hmm
their shit is Shades,
hmm
Hip Hop Generic Track number 7.
Yeah.
I'm,
Oh
I'm,
my God.
I'm falling. I do this. What? You can't stop me. And I was like, I'll take it a step further.
hmm
The women, sassy black women, number 2, 3, 4, 5. Bianca Belair, big earrings. I'm like, yo, Bianca Belair don't even talk like that in real life, bro.
No.
If you watch any shows, you watch her YouTube channel, she talks like a regular. I'm like, yo, and everybody's rebuttal. You're mad because they letting them be themselves. That is the majority of them is not like that for real. I've
And
seen Carmelo
bro,
Hayes
facts.
for WWE. He was not like that,
Not
bro.
one bit.
Montez Ford is a fucking veteran. Why could Montez Ford be a soldier?
Bro, that's
Why
what I'm
could Montez Ford
saying.
be something like? I'm like, bro, the best gimmick was the Hurt Business. Just dudes with suits
Yeah.
and they mean business. Like,
Yeah.
why we gotta have like, bro? This isn't the old day. This isn't Crime Time. This is not MVP. This is not even people like Booker T, Mark Henry, Shelton Benjamin. They escaped that. So
Yeah.
why would that now? Like, I'm like Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, Montez Ford. Hell, even like an Odyssey Jones. Omos is wearing chains and turtlenecks and jacket. I'm like, yo,
In fact,
divide
Omos does
up.
not have no business to look like that. Omos has no business to dress with no chain or nothing. Omos should be in an attire the whole time and just get ready to like fuck people up. That is it. Like, and then as well as Montez Force, it's like, man, if I see this dude wear one more turtleneck and with a chain and shades, it's like, bro, give him the gimmick like who was it? Lacey Evans had with the whole the military stuff like that.
Bruh,
Give him that gimmick.
nah,
Give him something that actually makes sense. Like, I just can't
bro.
stand it. And it's like, I don't know what's their obsession with that shit. And I think when I really started getting annoyed was Hit Road. Let me tell you why. Before Hit Row debut in the main roster, there was this. They still have the show on. It's called WWE Most Wanted Treasures. They find items of old school stuff like old school Ric Flair robe that hasn't been found in years and stuff like that. They had one of the Top Dollar from Hit Row. He was talking so proper and everything. He was like talking. Then I see him on SmackDown. I'm like, oh, now I get to see what he's all about. He goes, yo, 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 check it, check it. Is your boy Top Dog? I'm like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Ain't no fucking way they got this dude talking like, no. I seen this dude in interviews. I seen this dude talk. He does not talk. He talks with slang, but not the way. He doesn't go, yo, yo. I was like, get, like, you know what it is? I feel like 'cause they said, because it worked for John Cena, they think it's gonna work for everybody else. It's like, I'm just gonna say it. First of all, different time. The biggest
Yep.
thing in 2000 was hip hop. Let's be real. It's probably bigger now mainstream wise, but like culturally wise, that shit was big in the 2000. Everybody had throwbacks jersey. Everybody was wearing jorts. And I'm just going to say it. It helped that he was white. It helped that he was white. It was like, "Oh, a white dude being a rapper, that's different." Like so it's like, let's look at that. And it's like now you're trying to do it again. It's like, "No. No. Just stop that shit." It's like,
I just
oh
said that
my
in my,
god.
I said the Lacey Evans thing with Montez for. I
Mhm.
said, yo, y'all will let a white guy become a rapper and rap every week, but you won't let a black guy come out to some rock music. I cannot remember not one black guy in the history of me watching wrestling
Mhm.
since 2006 below. I've never heard a black guy come out to some rock music. Like you can't even get close. Even somebody like a Elijah Burke or a Marcus Corvon was coming out to some shit that's like, bro, what the fuck coming
Right.
out? I'm like, yo, even if they don't got words to the hip hop track, it still sound like it's a hip hop
Yeah,
track.
it's like
Like
generic hip hop track number 8.
I'm like, yo, I'm like,
Yeah.
why can't Def Rebel or anybody do any of our songs? Like what the
Right.
fuck? Like even Jim Johnson used to be cooking up at least something different,
Right.
bro. And they not even dope hip hop tracks like Mark Henry, MVP. Like they had some fire. Shelton Benjamin
Yeah.
had some fire. These motherfuckers coming out to some shit that sounded some kids bop. Like Carmelo Hayes, he, but wait, you listen to the words, cause I'm the champ. Ain't nobody hating. I'm the best here. I'm oh my fucking
Like,
god.
oh my god. It's
Carmelo
like
Hayes
that
is that,
facts. It's like that one SpongeBob thing where it's like, "Oh, brother, this guy stinks." It's just like
bro.
anyone want to hear that shit. Like, honestly, you know what's crazy? I wouldn't mind them just like grabbing like a black wrestler, right? Make him have dreadlocks, but make him come out to some heavy metal shit, and like him come out with like some leather vest and him just shaking his dreadlocks left and right like a rock star, or not even dreadlocks. Have him have something else. Have him something different. Cause my thing is just like, listen, man. Yeah, I agree with you. I never seen a black wrestler come out with no rock music. The closest I think was what, Bobby Lashley's original theme from the 2000s, but I don't even think that was really rock element like that much. So it was like, I don't know, man. I just feel like if they're not, it's like I just don't get this obsession. I feel like hip hop and rap, it just never mixed well with WWE. I don't know why. It should, in my opinion. Like on paper, it should, but it just never mixed.
Because it's like they're trying to appeal to well, this is what people was commenting on my video.
Hmm.
Like, well, you got to look at the audience. They're trying to appeal to kids and all that. I'm like, yeah, but kids don't really care. What the kids is caring about Fortnite? That's why you got Speed and Logan Paul, and you
Right.
got these weird characters. Kids don't give a damn about no damn rap music. Not in that way. And
Yeah.
they're not cool rap characters. These motherfuckers don't remind me of Drake or Future. They remind
Nah.
me of fucking corny motherfucking Will
SoundCloud
Smith.
rappers. That's
Like,
what they
yeah,
remind me
like
of.
what the fuck, bro? These are guys who try to dress like Duke Dennis and shit. Like I don't understand.
Exactly. Or so, like that's what I'm saying. Is like it's so generic the way they do the thing too. Like honestly, I'm at a point where if they grab a dude and just give him like big chains like Mr. T, I'll be like, you know what? It's the same shit, but at least they added big chains and it's different. Cause it's
Yeah,
like they just keep doing this shit and it's like, oh, I can't stand it, man. I just can't stand it. And I think the problem is the theme songs too. I'm just gonna say it. Everybody always was best when it comes to like heavy metal or rock and roll songs.
yes, sir. Yep.
I'm just gonna say, listen, I'm a hip hop fan first, but I do love heavy metal, and I wish I could say hip hop was good in WWE. It just never was. Like I said, John Cena was the closest. That was it. Heavy metal, rock and roll, punk rock, all that other stuff, it worked perfectly in WWE. And the fact that WWE is not even doing it like that no more is really making me mad. Cause it's like when I think like of like back then, I think of the music. You had Stone Cold coming out to something like very cool. Then you had what? You just had a bunch. You had Stone Cold, Trish Stratus. You know what? I think Trish Stratus was the only one that had a hip hop track that worked. But that's because it was also Little Kim.
Yeah.
And then even Stephanie, she had now she has like this sort of like hip hop rap element theme, but back then she had like a heavy metal and rock and roll too, where it worked perfectly. So yeah, no, I think heavy metal and rock and roll always worked in wrestling, man.
Yeah, I want to know why. I'm like, is Jim Johnston not alive? Like, why
Right.
did he make themes forever? Like, bro, like Def Rebel and the CFOs got it's just certain songs. It's like, all right, that's cool,
Yeah.
but for the most part, bro, especially if you go up and down NXT, though, them songs is terrible, bro. And then they keep giving people new themes.
Oh
Karrion
my
Cross
god.
first theme
Mhm.
song with Scarlett singing. I'm like, bro, you didn't have to pay your artist to make the song. She made the song and just a regular. I'm like, yo,
Mhm.
I don't understand, bro. Like,
Yeah.
music is a big part of it, and Triple H of all people should know that.
Um, how many theme songs did this dude have? Like,
It's character.
oh my god. You know what's crazy? I saw a comment under a post that I think it made the most sense, and it said you knew the theme song was good when you thought the wrestler was singing that theme song.
Yes.
And the
Yeah.
crazy, like, growing up, I thought, oh snap, Batista singing his own theme song. Oh, Triple H is thinking it was his own theme song. I thought Big Show was singing his own theme song. It turned out it was other people. The only person that sings his actual theme song was John Cena. None other than that, I'm like, you mean to tell me these are just people that sounds like the exact same characters that are coming out to it? I'm like, whoever. So I'm like, yo, that's genius, right? Now, you, for example, Roman just got a new theme. They took the tribal chief theme and they just added like I don't know if they added more drums or something. I'm like, what's the point? Just leave it. Just leave it alone.
Bro, that last theme song was really on some like you about to face the final boss in the
Like
video.
some
Like
God
you
mode
say what they
shit.
want about him when he would Roman Reigns was so tough. He would come out first.
Hmm.
You never see champions come out first
That's
before the
true.
person they pick. That's how you know he was on some like he like no I'm gonna go out first. Watch this. But
Hmm.
that shit would last 10 minutes and when nobody complained. That was
Hmm.
a hard thing, a hard entrance. That new shit, I'm like. I sh- like okay, he's baby facing a new theme, but that's not even a baby face theme. You might
Yeah,
as well just give him the old shit if you're gonna do that.
right.
Like you
Like
might as well.
damn.
People like him now anyway, so it would have worked regardless. But that
Yeah.
might not. That shit don't hit the same, bro.
Yeah. I agree. There's this one thing I really want to talk about, and I can't stand it. Triple H is starting to do it to it. Well, I haven't seen him do it too much, but I know Vince did it a lot. Is where like there's let's say you have a wrestler, he's a babyface, right? He's legit beating everybody. He's unstoppable. He's running to the fight, and then all of a sudden, when he turns heel, he's a coward. He's running. I hate that so much. Like for example, Roman. Roman was big when Roman was the big dog. You never see him run from not one fight, not from Strowman, not from Brock, not from nobody. He, as a matter of fact, he will walk up to them. Then he became tribal chief, and it's like, is dude really running from like wrestlers that he used to beat up on a daily basis? And like, I can't stand when that happens to wrestlers because it's like, so what you're trying to tell me is when he's a babyface, he's the toughest guy on the block. But when he's a heel, which he's a heel, so you think he'll be more bigger, more badder, more meaner. Nah, he's just gonna run away. What's your thoughts on that, man? I can't stand that shit, man.
It's like the only person that could probably say that they probably never done that is probably like a Randy Orton,
Mm,
and that's because even Randy Orton babyface like he might not cheat in a match, but he's still gonna do something that's a little unorthodox. You know what I'm
mm-hmm,
saying? But I'm like, but yeah, even like a Dominic Mysterio, when he was a babyface, even if he knew he was gonna get beat up or lose, he would
mm-hmm.
still at least try and bring the fight.
Yeah,
Like he got a lot of heat. He's a good heel, but he doesn't have to be like afraid to like go again. He just knows
yeah,
he's that's what that's which is fine. But you can still cheat. You can still like you know what I'm saying do things like that. So
yeah.
think about like a guy like an Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero was
Exactly.
never afraid to fight people when he was a heel.
Hmm.
He's just gonna cheat to win the match.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I don't like that either. That's like if what I will say, they not giving Braun Breaker that treatment.
Mm.
So I'll give him that. But Braun Breaker is almost like a tweener now.
Yeah.
I'm like, is he a heel or not? Just because he's going after Sami Zayn doesn't make him a heel to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wasn't cheating. He was just beating him up. I mean, babyfaces beat people up, beat up security too. So are they heels in this match? And Damian Priest was never cheating when he was a heel. You know what I'm saying? Like they pick and choose who they do it to, but the people that they do it to is like Roman Reigns. You didn't have to do that to Roman Reigns,
right?
Like especially because after a while people kept complaining like, yo, motherfuckers don't have to interfere every single.
That's what I'm saying.
No way Roman Reigns needs help against Kevin Owens.
Mm-hmm.
It's no way Roman Reigns needs help against. He didn't have to cheat against Logan Paul.
You know what?
What the fuck?
You know what really pissed me off about that match the most? Was before that it was SummerSlam. And he went against Cena. You mean to tell me Roman Reigns, Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, can beat up 16-time world champion Cena, but needs help beating a dude who was his third match at that point? I'm like, yeah, no, you got me messed up. And you know what? I think this is why I really, really love the Hurt Business. Even when they were heels, they never ran from the fight. Literally, when what faction was it? Retribution, was it? When they interfered? You know, we ain't gonna talk about that, but you know. When they interfere with their business, they're like, oh, no, we gonna handle it. Later that night, you see them taking out their jackets, their blazer, and all that, and they ran to that ring and they started whooping everybody's ass. And they were outnumbered. So I'm like, this is what a heel should be. Not every heel needs to be this way. But like on paper, if you're going to make like a legit badass heel, it should be like that. Guys that are going to run to the fight. Now, you know, like for example, Brock, maybe there was an instant where Brock walked away. But it's like, other than that, he always ran to that ring. Like, he ran to face Undertaker and went at him. So it was like, I don't know, man. This whole, a heel has to be a coward, it's annoying in my opinion. Because it's like, you knew damn well if they was babyface, they'd be standing on business.
Like, bro, Triple H was a heel. Like, he wasn't certain situations, but when he was like my time heel, he was kicking people's ass.
Yeah, I'm like, he pulled that stretch that's what was it, hammer he had?
Bro.
Yeah.
You know what it takes, bro. Like let's come on, bro. This is why I know why he's booking Rhea Ripley the way that he is, because he sees it. He's like, she remind me of female me. She remind me of a mini China. Give her the best theme song you can. Hey, she's not gonna lose the title, she's gonna relinquish the title. Hey, she's not losing to Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. She's not losing to Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. Rhea Ripley, she's only 25, 26 years old, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Her career is already on par with being like, she's going to be top 10 career-wise, accolades.
For sure. I'm just going to say it. Most people may not agree with me, but I'm just going to say it. She can call it quits right now. She already had a Hall of Fame career. I'm just going to say, there's too many wrestlers that did little in the span of, Rhea's been in, a couple years? If counting her NXT days, you got people that were in there for 10 plus years who did absolutely nothing too good. Maybe a moment here and there, like the Bellas. I'm sorry. No one really talks about the Bellas moments besides what? Nikki being the longest reigning Divas champ, but let's be real, that's because everybody was like, oh, they're screwing AJ over because of they had beef with CM Punk at that time, the WWE. And the match they had, but they don't even talk about that match. So it's like, Rhea Ripley can right now call it quits. She have a Hall of Fame career. Like,
her Belair, good, bro.
For sure.
Multiple reigns, both tag team champions, both Royal Rumble winners. I mean, it's WrestleMania, some pretty good records at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Just like, hey, I mean,
Wait, on some real shit, has Bianca ever lost at WrestleMania? I don't think she has she?
Nope, she beat Sasha Banks. She beat Asuka. She
She
won
won
the
this year.
match.
Yeah, she won last year, right?
Yeah, I think she's undefeated.
Damn. So yeah, there you go. They already have like these amazing things. And you know what? I want to give a props to Mark Henry, man. Just cuz
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry, I don't care what no one says. First of all, Hall of Fame was amazing. Second of all, he has an eye for a talent where I'm just mad WWE hasn't given him a position where he's looking talents for them. Like he found Daniel Bryan, he found Jade Cargill, he found Bianca Belair. Like he found people that changed wrestling or made an impact in it. Daniel Bryan, the Yes movement, that would have never happened if it wasn't for Mark Henry. Same thing. Jade is doing amazing. That would have never happened if Mark Henry. Same thing with Bianca. So it's like, and that's just three of the many names that he found. Like, keep in mind, he's found way more wrestlers that end up being like a success story. So that's crazy to think, man. I think him and you know what, Triple H when he was in his NXT days,
Yeah.
those two best people when it came to I'm gonna make them a star.
Yeah, man. I was gonna make a video about Mark Henry, bro. Mark Henry
Hmm.
is, I think, underappreciated for a lot of things that he done,
Yep,
and I think that's why AEW can't get to where they want to get to because they just don't just give Mark Henry the keys and let him like,
that's what
bro.
I'm
This
saying,
could
man.
be like recruiting like 5-star recruits like it's football or college football or basketball. Just like, yo, go see what's up, man. You know, go pick the people out, and they gonna be like, oh, it's Mark Henry. All right, cool. I'll take your word. This man
Yeah.
showed up to Bianca Belair just doing like a powerlifting or whatever. It was like, you look like, you know what I'm saying? They saw Jay
Hmm.
Carter, same situation. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
he just gave them to y'all. It's not like y'all was paying him to go find. He like, oh, you interested in WWE? I'll give me your number.
Hmm.
Bro, he gave out them for the free. You can
That's
at least
crazy, man.
tag, at least
Yeah.
something. Like, bro, like some people, bro, I'm like, bro, like, and they know who knows the business. Like a guy like Jamie Noble, Joey
Mm.
Mercury, been employed with WWE for years.
Hmm.
Obviously, more is going on behind the scenes. Finley for years, bro. Let them do more. Stop hiring these people who don't know. This is the issue with
Yeah.
like ESPN First Take and all that type of stuff, bro. Let
Mm.
the players who played the game talk about it. Of course, you need people who are journalists and stuff like that
I
because
agree.
fans deserve to have a critique. Because if that's the case, you can't say like, "Oh, you never done it, you can't critique it." If that's the case, none of us would be making content. None of us would
That's
be.
true. That's true.
But hey, you should. A guy like Mark Henry should be head of talent relations. A guy like
Agreed.
Wayne Regal should be, bro. I don't know what Wayne Regal's role is right now, but he
Hmm.
should basically be relation number two. If he's not, I
Yeah.
hope. Hopefully he is. But Nick Khan is really, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But William Regal, bro. William Regal should be like one of the top most paid guys in the company administration wise, bro.
I
Come on
agree.
now.
I agree. Like, no funny shit. Say what you want about Braun Strowman, but Mark Henry found Braun Strowman, and
Yeah.
yo, he gave us the flipping the ambulance, flipping the truck, taking out the stage. Like, that's all because of Mark Henry. Like, Mark Henry had to convince him too. Because he said no at first. He's like, nah, I just want to be powerlifting and all that. And like Mark told him, listen, I was the best at this at one point, and I ain't made that much. And bro, now you got Strowman getting paid a lot of money, and he's actually doing entertaining stuff. Like one of my favorite moments is him taking Kane and slamming him through the ring. That was one of my
Yeah.
favorite moments. Him and Big Show breaking the ring. Like Mark Henry knows talent. He looks at someone. He's like, yeah, I can see talent in that person.
Bro, people say what they want, bro.
Hmm.
Braun Strowman, I like when Braun Strowman was Universal Champ. I actually liked his run.
I
It
agree.
wasn't a bad run at all to
It was
me.
actually a pretty good run. It was a good run for something that wasn't supposed to happen because everybody knows it was supposed to be Roman and Goldberg. So
Yeah,
anything that for a title reign that was not supposed to happen and was last minute, I'm like, it was a pretty good title reign. He defended against Morrison and Miz in a handicap match. That makes sense. The dude's a big dude. You need two dudes to go against this one big dude because that's how powerful he is. The Bray Wyatt stuff, I loved it.
Yep.
I will say I can see why people didn't like it, but I loved it personally. Him like going more dark, shaving his whole head, like him going that route. Yeah, like it was actually a pretty decent title reign. I just think again that dumbass blue championship, like oh my god, like I couldn't stand it. I just couldn't. Like no one looked, no one, not even Roman when he made the title mean something. It didn't even look right on him. The dude was wearing red all the time, anyways, so he wasn't even wearing the right colors. Like I
Bro,
just feel like, man, just like add black in it, and then we'll be fine. But no, they ain't do that, man. They just said, "Nah, here you go, dip it in some blue paint. We're good." Like,
bro, I made this video when I first started. I
mm,
was like, yo, this man really like think we're idiots, like insulting our intelligence.
mm-hmm,
Listen, this championship is red because it's on Raw. This is blue because it's on SmackDown.
right.
This premium live event is called TLC because it's
Mm-hmm,
gonna be a TLC match. Hell in the
mm-hmm.
Cell, because I'm like, nigga, I don't want no fucking shit called Hell in the Cell. Just
Right.
make a live event and have. It's called Elimination Chamber because it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be. I'm like, okay, bro. Elimination Chamber used to be at the most random events. Unforgiven,
Yes.
New Year's Revolution. I'm like, it would make you surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Survivor Series, SummerSlam had a. I'm like, now it's like
Yeah.
Elimination Chamber. I'm like, bro, no shit. Like, okay, we get it.
Yeah.
That's so like, bring back the old shit. Bring back No Mercy, No Way Out. Like, bro,
Yeah. I
I
think
need.
you know what's crazy? I think those are NXT
Yeah,
PLEs now, which I was
yeah,
like, I don't know how I feel about that. Like for example, they have Bad Blood coming back, right?
yeah.
I'm just gonna say it right now. If I don't get a Hell in a Cell match in
Mhm.
Bad Blood, I will lose my shit. Like for example, Finn and Damien, that needs to be a Hell in a Cell match.
I
I
don't know.
I need to see it. I just need to see that.
Shit,
Like,
Finn Balor last Hell in a Cell wasn't too much of a success, man. I don't know, man.
yeah, wrong person won that match. Booking wise, wrong person won that match.
Bad Blood, man.
Hmm
Bring back something that hasn't been here in a long time.
Something like,
First Blood match. Damian Priest
there
and
you
Finn Balor.
go. That's
Go First
actually
Blood.
perfect. That would be perfect. Like a first blood match on Bad Blood. That yeah, I agree with that. I know. Rumor is for that pay per view, we're gonna have who was it? Punk and Drew in a strap match.
Mm.
You know the strap match.
Yeah.
What you think about that? I'm gonna be completely honest. I have never looked at a strap match and been like, "Oh, that's a good match." I have never. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Cody Rhodes did it before. Maybe had a good match, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't really. It's kind of a dumb concept to me.
Mm,
Like it limits the wrestlers. If anything, just make him have a street fight. You know what I'm saying? Like falls count anywhere.
yeah.
Like I don't know, man. That's kind of for like I get that. I get why, I guess.
Mhm.
But or I quit match would make more sense. But people are gonna say it's gonna make one person look weaker, which
Right.
no, it's an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
AJ, listen, you don't gotta wrestle nothing. Just bring your ass out here
Mhm.
and see if Punk gotta quit because Drew McIntyre is gonna kick your face off because he got him handcuffed to the rope. Something like,
Right.
bro,
Or like
that
him. Like
just hurt. That's crazy.
yeah. I agree. Like I feel like it depends. Like the way they do it. Like I feel like this is something they definitely would have done in the Attitude Era. I don't think
Yeah.
they'll ever do this, but it's like let's say they grab a gun, they shoot it to your face. They're like, all right, I quit, and then they do something like they pull the trigger, and then it just says bang
Bang.
with the flag, like you know how Stone Cold did to Vince, and it's like that's clever. The dude pretending like he was committing murder on TV. Nah, bro, he tricked you and he won, dude, and he don't, and no one's gonna be like, you's a bitch. You said no, nah, bro. He thought he was gonna die in front of a crowd, like.
I know why they not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Off, bro. The kids. I'm like, y'all going to Netflix. So here's my thing, right? If
Hmm.
this is for kids, so what are y'all gonna do on Netflix then? Because don't be on Netflix just we say ass now. Like, oh my
Oh,
gosh.
oh my God. Yeah.
I bet y'all might as well bring back women doing like. What's the point of going to Netflix and having it unrated if you're not gonna do anything that's unrated? Like I'm confused. Like
Exactly. Like,
I don't,
I'm not saying every week do it, but once in a like month or something, like do something edgy, like again, like I think we talked about it last time. We definitely don't want to see no bras and panty match, no mud fights or anything. But we do need to see something edgy, cause like sex appeal, that shit sells. We talked about it, it
I gotta
does. My thing is like, what was it that I said last time when we talked? How they used to have a partnership. Oh, it was with Playboy,
yeah.
stuff like that. Okay, cool. But it's like, and I think Dominic just got done saying something like, everybody expects the minute they're on Netflix to be saying crazy stuff, doing crazy shit. My thing is, it's like, I hope that happens, but yeah, it shouldn't be every time. It should be like, it should be a pattern or something. But to me, I wouldn't mind it the first few months. We just get wild shit, just because it's like it's been so long. Where I feel like, you know what? I think everybody will be okay with just seeing some wild shit every week. Them
Yeah.
saying some shit, them doing some shit, like have a monster truck run over the boss's limo or something like they used to back in the day. Do something.
Bro. First episode 1. Dominic Liv Morgan live sex celebration. That shit, yo, that I promise you, if you promote that shit the week before, like on the first episode of Netflix, me and my new mommy gonna get it on. Blah, blah, blah. I promise you, hella Netflix subscription gonna go up, 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 up,
I
and then
think so.
nothing is gonna happen at all. The closest you'll get is just Liv Morgan taking off her shirt. You see a bra, then Rhea Harry ever come out and just
Right.
open with the riptide. That's easy. Or you want to make it funny, have Dom. He got some tidy whities. I don't know what people think now. Like that shit would be
You know what I was gonna
hilarious.
say? If they really want to make it funny, just have Dom live, and in between them, some chicken tenders or some
I,
shit. Oh shit. Nah, but I
fire.
agree. Like stuff like that, like promote it, and everybody's gonna be like, oh shit, let me look," and then it's like someone interferes, someone comes out, shit like that. But yeah, no, I I hope we get a lot of more blood. Like, for example, what's a good example? When Edge and Seth Rollins, when they were feuding, damn, the trains. I don't know if you can hear the train, but
Nah,
um, all right, all right, then we good. So when Seth and Edge, when they were feuding, there was a segment where, like a what was it? Like a bunch of black liquid came down. I felt like, I don't know if you remember that. I felt like it would have been better if it was blood, like red blood.
for the
And of
bruise.
course they couldn't do it. They were on Fox. My thing is, okay, when you do moments like that on Netflix, make it red blood. Like it worked. It will work for
I
that.
gotta like have some edge on Netflix,
Yeah.
bro. Especially it's on Netflix, so I expect some more like cinematic shit to be going on.
Oh yeah.
No damn ads on that bitch. I promise. I don't care what subscription you got. If it's gonna be ads, no matter what subscription I have, it's kind of like you gonna have to make it worthwhile, bro.
Yeah. Same. Listen, when Netflix go, I'm just gonna say it, I expect to see some. Listen, I expect to see some Ministry of Darkness shit. Someone sacrificing. Someone like some crazy shit. Just because it's like I think people are getting a little too used to like. It's like it's wrestling. It's violent. So the more less violent you make it, it's like, okay, what's the point of watching?
Hmm.
Like I'm not saying burn a guy on fire or stuff, but I'm saying it wouldn't hurt. We like
Has to be
we just
something,
need that
bro.
edgeness, man.
It's not supposed to be like everything too realistic nowadays. Video
Yeah,
games, movies. This is WWE, which is why I'm on people's ass about this in the video.
yeah,
Talking about let people be themselves in wrestling. This is wrestling. It's fantasy. They're not supposed to be themselves.
yeah.
If they be themselves, go be an influencer or something, bro.
Mhm.
You're in wrestling, be a character. That's
Yeah.
not. I'm sure that is not how Rhea Ripley acts all the time.
Yeah.
I'm sure fucking Bo Dallas isn't dressing up as fucking Uncle Howdy at home.
Right.
Like, come on, bro. I'm sure Montez Ford isn't fucking. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like that. Well, maybe Montez Ford, but
Yeah.
anybody else probably not on that type of time, bro.
Right.
I want to see fantasy characters. Like, have a gimmick, bro. Make
Mhm.
gimmicks great again, bro.
Yeah. I
Um,
agree. Like, and you know what? It doesn't even need to be anything too crazy. Because a good example is who was it? Ron Simmons and JBL. Literally, you pay them to protect you, and you pay them to beat someone's ass. The gimmick worked. They smoke cigars. They play cards. You pay them to do what they want. Boom, that's it. And they were over. They were over the top. So it's like, okay, look how
well,
simple
dog,
that was.
he need so he could do something like that for sure. Don't got to talk too much. Like, oh, you got my bread. All right, thank you. All right, come on. I'll come down the ring with you. That's
Exactly.
it, bro. Simple.
Or crime time. Look, they were just hustling the whole time. They
Mm-hmm.
barely wrestled. So,
Could have stole the belts, but I guess not. But
right. Exactly. Hey, we still the belt. Oh, we gonna sell the chair Lillian Garcia was in? Like stuff like that, you know?
hell,
It's like it doesn't need to be anything too over the top. It just needs to be simple and just add some, funny segment and they'll be fine, you know? But I don't know. But I want to ask you about this, man, cuz I'm noticing a lot of like YouTubers that I'm following and like Instagram people that do like wrestling shit. They're starting to train to become wrestlers. Do you see yourself becoming a wrestler one day, bro?
hell no, man.
Nah.
Shit, man. Nah, that time has passed, man. I mean, if I ever got to that point where I was known enough, at most, I'll definitely be somebody's manager who
Mm,
can't talk. I cut a good promo for them now. Shit,
mhm.
I'll probably get them a lot of heat, so we got to be heels. But
Yeah.
that for sure. But nah. I definitely can't be a wrestler, man. Too much going on. But I mean, shit, I'll take a couple of bumps. Shit, I'll give Batista bomb through the table, whatever the case may. I was like, fuck it. At least we got it done.
Right.
But yeah, I do see that. What I want to see, would rather see is maybe not necessarily start their own promotion, but just do what Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks did.
Hmm.
All YouTubers who really into wrestling like that, let's have a show. We pick
Yeah.
commentary YouTubers to be the commentators. The YouTubers who've been training and actually work with like Sean Spears and go to wrestling school. Y'all wrestle, and then in between we could react to people's shit. We go all live or on different channels and shit. Something like
Hmm.
that would be cool. I'll be down. I'll be down for that for sure.
Yeah, I think there is a channel that did that. I think that who was it? Was it Watch Culture Wrestling? I think or something like that. Like
Oh,
they did some like events and they had like pretty decent wrestling. I think if it was them, I think they had Kurt Angle do an appearance before he even
probably.
came to WWE before that return. So it was like okay. But
Yeah, 'cause
yeah,
I know
man,
the time.
I'm seeing that shit like a lot of like Instagrammers, YouTubers that do wrestling stuff. They're starting to train. Like, cause my biggest dream ever since I was a kid was to be a wrestler.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, where do I go? Like, do I train to be a wrestler or do I try this? So I'm still on the fence with it. But yeah, I'm noticing a lot of YouTubers who do wrestling and stuff like that. They're training to become wrestlers. So yeah,
Man, I ain't mad at it though, man. I
yeah,
ain't mad. When you're that big, you have that platform. You know what I'm saying? It's a little easier to train
yeah.
like a guy like Chris Dinkops and Brandon BDE and stuff like that.
Hmm.
I understand how they could transition because first of all, WWE shows them all the time. I really want to ask them: Are they paying you guys? Like they showing
Right,
you WrestleMania? Because I have a feeling probably not, but they probably like whatever. I'm getting exposure and people know it's me,
right,
which is cool. But if you could hire Logan Paul, who wasn't a WWE fan or at least an open WWE fan, why can't you hire
right.
or have like somebody like Brandon or Chris or Simon Miller from What Culture come do something
Exactly.
like shit like that? Is
Exactly.
why I would.
That's my. I think that's my issue with the Logan Paul situation. Is there's only one picture of him holding like a toy
Mhm.
intercontinental title. Other than that, I never heard him once mention WWE. The only thing I heard was, "Oh, I love The Rock. I love Dwayne Johnson." That's all I ever heard. Nothing than that. I never really ever hear this dude talk about wrestling. So when he became a wrestler, it was like, okay, this is the most random shit ever. Like, and I'm watching a lot of dudes who do wrestling where I'm not saying they can do what Logan do, obviously, but I'm pretty sure they're willing to take a couple bumps.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully, I feel like again, I understand you want exposure, you want a different audience to watch the product, but it's like it will make sense for you to get a wrestler, a YouTuber who talks about wrestling, who wants to be a wrestling, let them train and see what they got.
Or at least let them wrestle in the speed shit. Or TNA
You know what? I wouldn't be mad about that. I wouldn't.
let like that do the speed. But I know TNA AEW they would probably give somebody a chance
Oh yeah,
because for some
for sure.
reason people talk. Listen, if TNA had the budget that AEW and WWE had, TNA would be better than AEW. Because
Agreed.
even without the budget back in the day, TNA, I don't care nobody say, bro. I've seen a lot of things in TNA and a lot of runs in TNA. Without TNA, Christian wouldn't have been able to go back to WWE. Without TNA,
That's
Cody
true.
Rhodes wouldn't be able to get to Ring of Honor and start.
Without
AEW.
TNA, there'll be no Bobby Lashley's second run in WWE.
Shit, yo, people talk about people leave WWE go to TNA.
Mhm.
Shit, Zelina Vega, Xavier Woods, all these
Yes.
motherfuckers. I'm like, yo,
R-Truth. Like,
I'm like, bro, they coming from there to go there too, bro. It's not one sided at all, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
they're all. A lot of people left to TNA. Some TNA people came to WWE. That's true, man. But I think we can all agree, though, and at least this is how I see it. WWE will forever be number one. Number two, I see it being AEW. And number three, I'm going to give it to TNA. And then it's everybody else. That's how I see it. I feel like Ring of Honor should be bigger, but I feel like it's more of a like, okay, we're not using you in AEW, so go to Ring of Honor type
yeah,
of thing.
that shit is that's basically their NXT,
Hmm.
honestly, which is dumb because you got somebody like I don't call these motherfuckers the AEW name. They got somebody like Cesaro, Ember Moon. I'm like, yo, these are two of the biggest. What?
Hmm.
Moon was one of my favorites when she was in WWE.
Yeah.
As soon as the main roster, I'm like, I already know what's about to happen. Boom. Cesaro finally got his WrestleMania moment, but obviously I knew he wasn't going to win.
Yeah.
Now, right after that, it went downhill. I'm like, yo. But New Japan could be bigger if they cared to market to everybody. But they like, we're fine. We're the WWE of Japan. We
Yeah.
don't give a fuck about
I
what
think
y'all.
I think they do a couple of shows, but nothing too big. Like their big shows, they keep it in Japan, and I get it. It's tradition for them, so I kind of understand it. But it's just like you want exposure, you want that. Considering the fact that like a lot of wrestlers, like Finn Balor was in New Japan, AJ Styles was in New Japan, Cody Rhodes was in New Japan. Will Ospreay, he literally was just in New Japan like a year ago. So it's like I don't know, man. Moxley, I don't even think Moxley has the belt anymore, but he had the New Japan Pro Wrestling belt not too long ago. So yeah, I definitely feel like they should definitely expand. But a promotion that I see becoming bigger is what's that? GCW?
I keep hearing about GCW. Even so, with Triple H, you could really get away with anything at this point.
Mhm.
Motherfuckers really be dropping every other name. I'm like, he let Vince McMahon would never let you say no other shit like that.
Yeah.
Great though, I love it. I love it. But GCW is getting a lot of exposure.
Hmm.
But it's all about the money. End of the day, man. That
Facts.
which sucks because I've seen better matches in TNA. I've seen better matches in AEW. I've seen better matches AAA. I've seen Lucha
Yeah.
Underground. I love watching.
Oh my god. Lucha Underground was so fucking perfect. It was perfect. I will say the fact that you're called Lucha Underground and Rey Mysterio didn't become the Lucha Underground champion, missed opportunity right there. No one's bigger than Rey Mysterio when it comes to Lucha Libre. It's just facts. So that was a little disappointing. But other than that, like John Morrison as Johnny Mundo and all that, I think a lot of dudes that are in TNA were there. Ricochet was there under a mask. Like they had a lot of talent. I wish it was still around, but yeah, that Lucha Underground was really dope. And I think when they added it to Netflix, I think that really changed it for the better. And also the season, they didn't do every week; they did it every season. So it was like, okay, they have off seasons, and so stuff like that. Which I was watching your video about WWE with off seasons. Here's my thing about it. The only I think it will work. Like, let's be real. WrestleMania is wrestling Super Bowl.
Hell yeah.
After WrestleMania, take a month off and then come back with something new. That's how I would do it. It made sense because like every year, I feel like I feel like when they do the season premiere of Raw, I'm like, oh snap, we in the new season already, and it's like after Mania, take a month off and then restart. Like, what you think about that though?
Bro, I don't. I'm like, how much free reign does Triple H really have at this point? Because I'm like, bro, you do WrestleMania, you take that month off. The first episode coming back should be the draft. Why don't we draft right
Facts.
after? We draft in the most random motherfuckers be drafting like after January or before January. I'm like, what the? Why
Right.
we draft, like during that time? Let's draft at the beginning of the year after WrestleMania. Because after WrestleMania, most feuds should be resolved.
Yeah,
And
like
if
it's like a restart.
but fuck, man, fuck. As much as I love Backlash, fuck it, just get rid of it at that point.
Yeah.
Let's have all new superstars and let's have something else. Like,
Yeah, I agree. And you know what? I really think the problem with the draft is they do it at random times. They should do it after Mania, and they need to do the comp set they used to do, where Raw superstar versus SmackDown superstar. Whoever wins a match, Raw gets the pick. The computer picks it. I need something like that. Because again, they're not gonna give us brand versus brand
yeah,
Survivor Series anymore. They're gonna keep War Games. So give us something like that. Like this draft, people wrestle, whatever wrestler that's already drafted or staying on Raw or staying on SmackDown, whoever wins, they get the pick. Stuff like that.
they need to and stop showing draft picks of motherfuckers that's already on the brand and they're not going to a new brand. Just
I
say that all
agree.
cannot be. Cause I don't like that title switch shit either. That shit is
That
kind of
shit was
some.
trash.
Don't if you're a champion, you're not eligible for the draft.
I
Everyone else,
agree.
you in the draft pool. And if you don't get drafted, then stay where the fuck you at. We don't have to list. Oh, Montez Ford, she probably have been drafted to SmackDown. They already on SmackDown.
Exactly. Like,
Well,
what's the point of saying that?
or literally just make a pool of hey, there's 60 superstars. All these superstars are eligible for the draft because they didn't have a lot of feuds last year. They had less than a certain amount of wins. It's like you can like the thing like I like about AEW. They track the win loss record, and when they come out, you can
Hmm.
see the win loss record. So
Yeah.
it's like, oh well, she's undefeated, so that's why she has a shot at the women's championship right now. She's
Right.
11-0. Well, all right, cool, that makes sense. WWE is like, if you go and look up how much people lost, I see why they don't show it because the shit is embarrassing.
Hmm.
Like Oscar's win loss ratio, and she started off a whole year undefeated. Her
Yeah.
win loss ratio is one of the wildest things I've ever seen in my life, bro.
Agreed.
It's like 30 or 40% wins.
Hmm.
I'm like, yo, and the rest lost. WrestleMania, don't even give me that win loss record at WrestleMania is the most egregious shit I ever seen
Yeah.
ever. I think she never, if I'm not mistaken, I think she never won.
Damn. I think so too. That's crazy. So I'm gonna end this with a question: with what wrestler would you love to see come back and have one last match that you feel like WWE did dirty?
Damn, he did dirty. That's
Like,
a good one.
like he's like a veteran or she's like a veteran, and they have one last run. Who do you think that wrestler should be?
Damn, that's a tough one. You know what?
Mm,
I'm not necessarily going to say a veteran. And the thing is, I don't even really like this guy like that.
mm,
But I think Vince McMahon really fumbled with Keith Lee. I was never a big Keith Lee fan. The only reason why I had to respect it because that image of him holding up the North American and the NXT Championship was one of the wildest things I've ever seen,
Yeah,
especially for his look because he's a big guy, but he's not like a big guy like of that Vince would like. He's not like a Great Khali or a Brock Lesnar or Bobby
yeah,
Lashley. He was just a guy who could wrestle, and like you know what I'm saying, he's not super duper marketable, looks wise and all stuff. He was just Triple H like, yo, he's that guy.
yeah.
And then got to the main roster, you gave him a gimmick that is so outdated. Like like he was either the Bearcat, the Wildcat, some shit. And I was
Yeah.
like this is the most egregious thing. I would like to see him get one more run. He could have a good match against like a Braun Breaker. Him versus Bronson Reed would be a
Oh
crazy, like
man.
good to see on the main roster for
Mm-hmm.
sure. So I think Keith Lee should get another shot. If I'm gonna say veteran, I gotta go Cesaro, bro. Like it's no way that he couldn't have just been champion at least as a one-off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like if Finn Balor was gonna be champion, never got it back. Braun Strowman was champion, had a cool run for what it was worth. If if you could give Big E a shot, Cesaro could have got a shot, man. He could have been
Facts.
champion, especially at the height of his popularity, bro. Him and Rusev, I thought were gonna be champions at least one time.
Facts. Especially with Rusev Day. I really
Hell,
thought.
bro.
I thought that was it.
Over and it was so childish, but that shit got over though.
Yeah.
Lana got over because of that shit. I'm
Bro,
like, yo,
facts. They made Lana Day.
I'm like, come
Like,
on, bro. How do you not reward that shit, bro? And it was so simple.
I agree. So the thing is, there's a couple wrestlers I would love to come back and have one more run. But the main three, I think, is Dustin Rhodes.
Mm,
I would love to see that. And I'm necessarily not saying I want him as Goldust. I think they should just keep him as Dustin Rhodes. He
hell
did
yeah.
he's old to be taken as a serious wrestler like he is at AEW. Billy Gunn, the dude is still the dude is like in his 50s or 60s and he's still going. And he wasn't really this one wasn't really done dirty, but I think they just they just mistreated him during his prime, in my opinion, and that's Kane. I feel like Kane needs to come back and have one run. I'm still mad they didn't give him the title, the world title, in like the early 2000s when he was like super over, like, and stuff like that. Like, you know, he only held the WWE title like one day. He lost it the very next day. The world title was a little too long. Like right after the Undertaker stuff, I think they didn't know what to do. No one remembers the ECW run he had like that.
Oh,
No one remembers that. So I think Kane. I know he's probably busy with the mayor stuff, but when he's done with that, I think he should have one last run. Maybe it's with like Dwight Six or or Damian Priest or something. I will prefer it to be the White Six just because Bray Wyatt's first opponent in the main roster was Kane. So that the story's right there in itself. So I wouldn't mind seeing it. But yeah, man, that's what I say. But yo, thank you so much for this, man. Appreciate it, man. Yo, everybody subscribe to my channel. If y'all not subscribed to Black Couch, subscribe to his. Y'all already know what to do. This ain't gonna be the last time. We're definitely gonna do this again. And yeah, man.
yo,
Anything you gotta say, Couch?
hey man, y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. Great content. Y'all gonna love this video. Y'all gonna love what we got coming up next too. We got some more things in the works for sure, for sure. So yeah, man, thanks for having me on, bro.
Of
And
course.
I hope, hey man, let me know. I'm gonna share it. We gonna get right.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it, man.